Hi, I'm Axel, and in this tutorial we're going to look at tracking in HitFilm. Tracking is important anytime you want to add effects to a shot where the camera was moving. It can also be important if you want to add effects to a subject who is moving, even if the camera was stationary. Go ahead and download the project file so you can follow along, and let's do this.
The shot we'll be working with is a point of view shot from inside the AT-AT walker. The camera is moving to represent the movement of the AT-AT's head, and so even though the characters are standing still on the ground, they move through the frame. Our task is to add the heads-up display element to this view, including a targeting system which should stay locked onto the characters. We could use keyframes, as shown in our title tutorial, and reposition the overlay for each frame to animate its movement, but it's far easier, faster, and more accurate to use tracking. Plus, it's just cool. So let's learn how, shall we? Yes. Yes, we shall. In the Media panel, right-click the video and choose Make Composite Shot. Name it AT-AT UI, because everyone likes abbreviations, and click OK. This creates a composite shot and adds the video as a layer. In HitFilm, any video layer in a composite shot can be tracked. Click the triangle to open the layer's controls and find the tracks listing. Look over to the right and click on the plus sign, which will add a new track to the layer. The track panel opens, and we can drag the divider to adjust its size. The viewer switches to the Layer tab, and two squares are created, a red one and a green one. The area inside of the red square is the tracking feature, or what will be tracked. For this shot, we want to track the people, so resize and reposition the red square so that our characters are inside of it. The green square is the search area. It's the area that HitFilm will search to find a match for the tracking feature. It should be a bit larger than the red square, so adjust it accordingly. The faster the feature is moving, the larger the green square will need to be. Once we have the feature and search area set up, we can start the track. In the Track panel, click the Track Forward button and let HitFilm do its thing. It will track away until it reaches the end of the timeline. Once the tracking is done, HitFilm knows exactly where the center of that feature is located on each frame of our video. In order to use that info, we want to connect it to another layer. In most cases, you will use a point layer for this. A point layer is not visible in your video, it just marks a specific location within your frame, so they work great for storing tracking data. On the timeline, open the New Layer menu and select Point. Rename the point layer to Center. Then select our tracker again on the video layer and look at Step 2 in the controls, Apply to Layer. Open the Layer menu and select our center point and apply. Switch back from the Layer tab to the viewer, then select the center point on the timeline, and you will see that as you play the video, it stays perfectly locked in place on our characters as they move across the frame. If you open its controls on the timeline, you can see that the tracking data was applied by creating keyframes for the position of this point. Before we use this tracking, let's build our AT-AT display interface. Select all the interface elements in the Media panel and drag them into the timeline all at once. Then click the Grid Animation MP4 to select only that layer, then right-click on it and set the Blend mode to Add. Blend modes control the way a layer is blended with the layers below it. Add will remove the black background from this layer. Let's open the View menu and hide the Track panel. If you're on Windows, this will be found in the Workspaces menu, which looks like a grid of 9 squares just next to the Undo button. Now we can focus on adjusting the layout of these elements. For the UI Middle layer, open its Transform controls and reduce its scale to 50%. For the UI Target, reduce its scale to 45%. These two rectangles we want to shrink down and place near the bottom on either side. Select the first one, open its Transform controls, and set the scale to 25%. Adjust the position to -600, -300. On the second one, set the scale to 25% and the position to 600, -300. With the scales adjusted properly, now let's use our tracking data to control the targeting reticle. Remember, our center point contains our tracking position, so we want to apply this position to the UI target layer. To do this, we will use parenting. In HitFilm, each layer has a menu on the timeline that allows you to parent it to another layer. Open the menu on the UI target layer and select the center layer. Once the target is parented to the center point, it will follow the center point wherever it moves. The position property for the UI target will show how far it is offset from its parent layer. Set the position to 0 and it will use the exact same location as our point, which means it is locked right onto our characters. Our last step for this video is to warp these interface elements to match the curve of the grid animation video. To do this, we will use the Action Cam Lens Distort effect. However, rather than applying this effect to every layer, we can affect them all at once by using a grade layer. Open the new menu on the timeline and select Grade Layer. Any effects we add to a grade layer will affect all the layers below it. In this case, our grid animation is already warped, so to prevent it from being affected by our grade layer, drag the grid animation layer to the top of the stack. Now open the Effects panel and type Action into the search box to find the Action Cam Lens Distort effect. Drag it onto our grade layer, then open the Preset menu and select the GoPro Hero Wide preset. This quickly gets us to about where we want to be, but if you wish to modify the distortion further, you can adjust the settings in the effect to do so. Well done! Your AT-AT UI is now all set up. Check out our other tutorials to learn more about using HitFilm. One of them will look at adding color and other grading to this UI, so do keep an eye out for that one, and thanks for watching.